MMAOddsBreaker this week, of course, our long-term friend of the show, bringing in Daron Cruickshank, getting ready to fight KJ Noons. Of course, I was stalking your Instagram today. I saw that picture you put up for me. Is that all you have by your bedside table? Just those two handguns,
I
the dagger?
that was for some reason I had all that stuff with me at the gym last night, and I took the picture
What?
at my gym in my office. I was like, why do I have all this stuff?
That's
I
my
would take a
question.
picture of it. Yeah.
Are you nervous? You afraid someone's going to come in and try to stop you in the middle of sparring? Like, I don't understand.
No, but no, it's just in my bag. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I got two handguns, a dagger, a knife, a billy club, flashlight. I was like, all you're missing was a sword and the tank. Like, I don't understand.
Well, I bought one of those guns on the way to the gym, so I didn't actually, have one of them was like just a spur of the moment purchase. So.
Wow, it must be nice being able to spur the moment purchase and buy a new handgun.
I bought that little 22 Magnum revolver on the way to the gym.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, okay, that's not as bad as the other one. I thought it was, a couple $1,000 purchase as a spur of the moment.
that was in my training bag.
Yeah. Now, when you have guns in your car, do you always bring them inside with you, or do you leave them out in the car?
If I have a lockbox, so I mean, if I was gonna leave something in the car, it'd be locked up. And the lockbox always connects to your car somehow. So,
yeah.
But I don't normally leave anything in my car.
Yeah,
It's no good in your car if you have to use it.
Right, that's what I've talked to a couple different guys, including some Border Patrol agents, some police officers, and some are like they're 50-50. Like some guys like I have everybody's got a lockbox, but I don't leave it in my car just in case the car gets stolen. But eventually, it'll weld into it and get my weapon, or even worse, because what happens if I need it and it's in my car? Like what am I going to do? So
right.
I was asking, what about your throwaway piece? You have marked one, you keep it in your ankle. You can always use that one. They're like, well, yeah, usually we're in public, and then you got to use your service revolver. You can't use the one that's in your ankle. You're not supposed to have. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Tough to justify. Well, let's talk about you and KJ Noons. It's going to be a pretty good battle coming up here on December 12th in Las Vegas. It's here, obviously, in my hometown. It's kind of the talk of the town right now, kind of seeing Striker and where his footwork is and how you're going to battle up and how you're going to, obviously he's a little bit faster than you, but how you're going to use your wisdom to slow him down and that kind of game like that. It's two older guys. It's two old school guys that kind of understand the sport as a whole, and how you're going to approach it. I know you don't like giving away your game plan, so I'm not going to ask you that. But what do you think his game plan is going to be for you? Because you got to be watching tape on him, and we all can kind of figure out, what his mindset is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I don't think he's going to change his style up or have a game plan for me. I don't think he has a game plan for anybody. He from what I've seen, I'm no expert, but what I've seen in his previous fights, he goes in, tries to close the distance and uses hands a lot. He relies heavily on his so-called boxing. So I'm just going to close the distance too. I mean, it's going to be it should be fun for the fans. I might put a takedown or two in there just to keep him guessing and probably take his head off with a kick because he likes to slip and do all this head movement. But with a guy that can kick at any angle, that's dangerous.
Well, he does head movement with his hands down, and that's the dangerous part. Like if you do head movement with your hands up, a kick coming at you, you're moving your head, it's going to be a glancing kick, and now that guy's out of position, you're going to put him down. But that's dangerous trying to move your head around. Like I get it in boxing because you only got to worry about two fists coming at you. But you've got elbows, knees, feet, shins,
But you know what, though? I mean, they say he was like a professional boxer, blah, blah, blah. If you're a professional boxer and you're good, you stick to boxing because there's more money in it. If you suck at boxing, then you go to MMA because you're an athlete and you can do multiple things.
Yeah, and that's my agreement. If you go back and look at his record, go all the way back to 2010 when he fought Nick Diaz. Lost that split decision. He battles against George Masvidal, a common opponent. He loses a decision to him, beats Billy Angelista, loses to Thompson, loses to Ryan Couture, loses to Donald Cerrone, beats Soteropoulos, and then beats Stout in his last two. And of those, he's only got one finish in that whole mess, and that's the last one was Stout. He KO'd him.
Yeah.
Everything else has kind of been high action, high energy, and kind of almost like point scoring a little bit. Do you agree?
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Spedanopolis fight was really boring to watch. George ran a lot,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a whole lot to watch really. And there wasn't a lot to watch in the Sam Stout fight either. I mean, it was quick.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah, overhand right, boom, done. There's no action. There's nothing to really study or anything like that. I mean, so I'm going on his later fights, and I don't think he's gotten any better since then. So,
not in my guess either. But he's with a pretty good team. There's a lot of guys down there that want to push him and try to make things a little bit better and try to step his game up. But do you think now, he's 13-7. He's been in the game since 2002. So we're looking at 12 years. At 31 and 12 years in the sport, do you think it's going to change much? Do you think guys, anybody, I'm not just talking about KJ, but anybody,
right.
Is there going to be much of a change at that point now that they've had so much time of repetitive motion in a particular way?
Right. I don't know. I mean, he's been fighting a lot longer than I have. But if you look at all my fights, I get better every single time. So. Yeah,
but you're only coming on 5 years. Coming on 6 years. He's coming up on 12 years, double your time.
Right.
That's a lot longer time to establish that pattern of what you do. It's just like, shooting. When you first start shooting, you go from hitting a target one out of 15 times, all of a sudden you're hitting it, 12 out of 15. And then all of a sudden now you're hitting, 14 out of 15, and the target's moving. So it's just, it's progression. It's just how it goes. It's like anything else. But I kind of get the feeling with KJ that his style and his game plan is his style and his game plan. It's not going to change much. It's not going to improve much. It's just going to be what it is. And can he catch you with it? What do you think he's going to try and catch you with? Do you think he's going to try and knock you out, or do you think he's going to try to outpoint you by watching tape on you?
I mean, as far as me, I would try to knock somebody out. I'm not going to try to outpoint anybody. I'm not trying to go to a decision. I try to finish every time. I mean, it doesn't happen every time, but that's what I'm looking to do. So I wouldn't ever go into a fight thinking, okay, I'm just going to outpoint this guy and win by a decision. So I'm guessing he's going to be trying to come in and try to knock me out. And I mean, my dog is.
I want to play. I can hear the squeaking.
Yeah.
It's almost every time that we're doing an interview. She,
yeah,
wants to
play. She's like my best friend, so I basically do. She's with me all day.
Do you find it hard sometimes when you're on the road to have somebody watch her, because you're gone? When you're gone not just for a couple of days. You're gone for a week.
Yeah, actually, I lucked out. My mom shows dogs, and she's got like a kennel and stuff like that. So I take her to grandma's house, and she just plays all day with the Rottweilers.
Now, your mom shows Rottweilers?
Yeah, she has Rottweilers, and now she's getting older. She's getting out of the bigger breeds, and she's into Cavaliers, but she still has a couple Rotties.
What the hell's a Cavalier?
Cavalier King Charles. It's like it's a lap dog. It's like a little baby.
Like a 10-pounder or less?
Yeah.
They're
I like big.
Yeah, obviously you like bigger dogs because they're a little bit more menacing, especially when someone breaks into your house. So she goes and sits at your mom's house while you're gone. How far is your mom's place from you?
10 minutes.
Oh, so it's close. Okay, it's not like going across Michigan and I drop her off. Okay.
No, I got a tight support system.
Is that the reason why, because you're one of those guys that could have done very well at another huge camp. Like you could have been, a stable at Jackson Winklejohn's, AKA American Top Team, ATT down in Miami. Like you could have gone anywhere and been gone for like these 8 weeks. Like a lot of the guys now are traveling. Their home base is St. Louis, but they're going to Miami. Their home base is Vegas, but they're going over to San Jose for training camps. Is that why you never left for training camps? You always stayed home? It's because your support system is so tight?
Yeah, I mean, everybody here loves me and supports me and makes sure I have everything I need. So if I have everything I need, why would I go away?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Who's your main training partners for this one right now?
Jason Fisher and Cody Stamen. I got a couple other guys, some lower level guys that are coming in and sparring with me. But other than that, I mean, just my team.
Do you bring in any, because like for KJ, he's supposed to be a professional boxer. That do you bring in guys kind of that style?
I did bring in some local professional boxers out of Detroit that were basically like just as tall, and they had some martial arts background too, so they could kick, but they were boxers. So that was perfect for me. This fight, my guys, are trying to, spar me just like KJ. A lot of head movement. I'm not kicking them in their head as much as will do to KJ, but they're pretty sore.
The last time we spoke, you had just I think you had gone four-wheeling and had maybe flipped one of your trucks or had broken one of your trucks when you were out there. Did that thing get repaired, or did you have to get a whole new one? So I know you're talking about.
Oh no, it's good to go. It's solid. I put it back on its feet and just drove it the rest of the day.
It was a Suzuki Samurai, am I correct?
Yeah, it's a Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Your life, man. Just one day, I just want to hang out with you for like for 2 days, like just run around with you for 2 days.
You got to come during the summer though. It's freezing.
Yeah, I'm not coming up there now. I'm sorry, dog. I'm not coming. Like I'm not coming right now. It's not going to happen. I'm just not doing it. Unless
we get the extreme of all seasons, so it's good.
Unless I get a paid appearance, I'm not going anywhere cold right now. Unless it's paid for me to have to be someplace, I'm not interested. My girlfriend is actually spent a lot of time in Michigan. She went to high school up there, and she has a I forget where, but she wants me to come up there. Her brother's still up there, so we have a reason to go up there now. So I'm definitely, if I'm up there, it's like, look, dude, I don't even care if it's like across the state. Like I'm this far, I'm gonna go over to see Crooks. I got to. I'm this close. I gotta go. So for this summer, you'll definitely end up seeing me. It's gonna suck for you because I'm gonna be like, okay, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? What are we doing now?
No, that's the life of Daron Cruickshank. I do it all.
Okay, let's go shoot something. Let's go roll a truck, and then let's go to practice. Let's go punch each other in the head. Now we'll go do it again. Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on here again. I appreciate it. Where do you see this? One last question, really, out of here. Where do you see this fight putting you in the ranks after this whole thing is over? Because now it's a lot of everyone's trying to get up the rank because they get more money, not just from their contracts, but from sponsors and how it works within the hierarchy and the backroom locker room bonuses and all that. So it may not be trying to put yourself towards a title shot, even though that's the ultimate goal for everybody is to finally get yourself on a title hunt. But with a win over KJ, is a win going to be enough to move you further up in the system? Or are you going to have a devastating knockout to move yourself further up in the system against a guy like KJ?
Well, I was in the Ultimate Fighter contract still. That was supposed to be up in March. They actually released me from that, gave me a raise, and gave me a 3-fight contract. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at. Good. But, this contract's only 3 fights. I want to be impressive. That way I can get an even bigger raise next time.
I didn't realize you're out of that contract already. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good for you,
yeah, they hooked it up. They hooked it up. So, because they could have had me fight the same fights up until March and still pay me what I was getting paid. Yeah. But I think they see the value in my performances and they want to take care of me. So
there's a lot of bitching and moaning from guys that are not part of the UFC. We've seen even Rampage Jackson come out recently and say, I made a mistake of signing with Bellator, should have went with the UFC. Everyone that's with the UFC is very happy when they're with the UFC. The only time you're upset at the UFC is when you've been pushed out, fired for losing, being boring, in the case of Fitch. But that's it. The only time he really has anything to complain about. Because really, if you're in the system, even if your pay is not great on contract, it's the extra stuff that comes along with it that kind of oversteps and helps out. So good for you, man. Congratulations. I'm glad that you got a little bit better cost of living allowance now. You can, you can definitely, as I say, you can buy some more bullets now for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Daron. Thanks, man. We'll talk to you later on, buddy.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Frank.